Welcome back to Pitcher University. I'm your co-host, Nicole May. Insert game show intro.
So we decided to switch it up a little bit this week, and instead of covering something softball related, we put out some posts that were asking you for questions about us as a little way for you to get to know us better. So things we like, would you rathers, just fun random questions. So we're going to answer all of those today.
This should be fun. Question number 1. First question is, do we have, well, of course we do. What hobbies do we have outside of softball?
I do Olympic weightlifting. I don't really compete. It's just fun. I garden and I raise and train and compete with dogs.
I like photography. That's like probably my favorite hobby that I don't get sick of ever, which is great. I do enjoy cooking. I like watching TV. Sorry.
What kind of TV do you like?
I've been rewatching a lot of shows. I watch like Criminal Minds, Grey's Anatomy. I'm rewatching Gossip Girl right now. Behind Her Eyes on Netflix is my top TV show recommendation to anybody. It's a short series. It's great. It's like 8 episodes. Plot twist is crazy. Everyone I recommended it to has loved it. So
you should check out Ted Lasso. Everybody should check out Ted Lasso. It is the best.
That's hilarious. I haven't finished it.
Did you see that they're starting filming a season 4, and that season 4 is going to be about a women's soccer team? Women's football team. Yeah, they're going a new direction. I'm so pumped about it.
So the next question is, do you have any softball icks? Things that annoy you or just like, ugh. For me, it's untucked jerseys or...
Oh, yeah, looking sloppy on the field.
Yes, any kind of looking sloppy. Yeah, not a fan.
You got to wear your uniform and you got to carry yourself with pride.
I also don't like when pitchers think, like they put themselves on this pedestal where it's like, oh, I'm a PO. I'm, like that.
Honestly, it bothers me when any player does that. I don't...
That's actually very true. I think pitchers tend to do it more.
I think you see it more with pitchers, but I hate it when any player does that.
Yeah, I don't like that.
You're not that special. Sorry.
Yeah. I have so many because when something happens, I'm like, but I can't think of them off the top of my head.
Over the top bows. Oh my God, I hate those.
Or I don't know if that's a thing
flowers in your hair. Oh, also uniforms that don't fit. Like not just worn incorrectly, but uniforms that don't fit. Mm-hmm. Like I used to see a lot of... And like we didn't get our pants tailored back then, and they weren't really the most flattering cuts. But then I would, there'd be a lot of players who would get pants that were too big and just looked awful, or would wear oversized jerseys. And no. Also, shorts for uniforms. Those were the worst freaking thing ever.
I thought it'd be fun. We always talked about how we should do like a throwback game where we wear shorts, but then. I was like, I'm fine with it because I'm not sliding. But the hitters that were saying it, I'm like, you're going to slide on our rock hard dirt with shorts? Okay. Mm-hmm. Next question. What is your most embarrassing softball moment or embarrassing softball story?
Well, I could pick a couple, but I've talked about the one at the World Series where I tripped. But as this is in the Pro League, there's probably like 1,500 people in the park. And so I pitched the ball, catcher threw the ball back to me. And as I caught it and like took a step back, my cleat caught my shoelace. And I fell flat on my butt. And like, when I say caught my shoelace, it ripped my shoelace. It was a no joke, like cleat got caught. Everybody's laughing. And it felt like probably 3 minutes I was out there laughing, but it was, probably like 30 seconds or whatever. And so I finally collected, back at it. I get on the mound, I get the sign. First time ever. I never did this in practice, never in a game, nothing. I bring my hands together and I freaking miss. I hit the tip of my glove and I dropped the ball. And it was just like, okay, illegal pitch. I was like, oh my God. Bridesmaids was a big movie in the league that summer. And so everybody was just quoting it everywhere. And so I'm dying laughing, like everybody else is dying laughing. And all of a sudden you hear my catcher, Sam. She's like, Carol, get your shit together. It goes out over everybody.
I don't think I have a story that will compare to that.
I mean,
I'm pretty embarrassing like daily, but I don't really care that much. At some point in high school, I think like freshman year, I threw a ball behind a batter. And this was like the embarrassing part is like, I got the ball back and I look over and it's actually, I think it was Coach Rock. She was like, did she just throw the ball behind the batter? And the catcher was like, she's like, did that go behind the batter? And I'm like, oh my God. So that was like embarrassing.
Especially at that age.
Yeah. Yeah. Or throwing the ball over the backstop, not in a game, but it happened.
Yeah.
I can't really think of any recent ones though.
When you think of one in the middle of the night and it wakes you up, just do like a little screen recording and then let us all know.
Okay, I like this question. If you were to wake up as the main character of any fictional story, who or what would it be and why?
Ted Lasso. Like, I love his outlook on life. I agree with his outlook on sport. I love coaching and I love traveling. Like, there's nothing I wouldn't want from Ted Lasso. That was kind of easy. And if not Ted Lasso, think maybe Lucifer from the show Lucifer. I love his character arc. Lucifer towards the end of the show, where he ended up as a character, was great. How about you?
Would be Iron Man.
Why?
I love Iron Man. As a kid, even I wasn't really into Marvel when I was a kid. I thought superhero movies were stupid. I love them now, but I always loved Iron Man. I used to have dreams that I was Iron Man. So like being able to fly, and also I just like love RDJ. Kind of the same reasons that you said about Ted Lasso. Like you love his outlook on life. I'm like, Iron Man is just so like whatever. But then he develops a heart, so he is like a nice person. He can fly.
You really want to fly, don't you?
I do.
Side question: what would flying be your superpower if you could have a superpower?
I always said flying when I was a kid when people asked that, or even like teleportation.
Teleportation might be mine because I like to travel, but I don't necessarily like to be away from home. I love sleeping in my own bed.
Well, when you teleport, you can go travel.
Exactly. Teleport.
Come home and sleep in your own bed.
Yeah, I could just go get lunch in some Japanese village and then hop back for work an hour and a half later.
Ooh, or time traveling. I would love that. I feel like I really missed out on like the 70s and 80s, and I think I would have loved it. But as like a teenager or like the age I am now in the 70s and 80s.
Fair.
Anyways, I would, or I'd go to the future. I don't know. I think I'm going to change my answer to time travel. That sounds fun.
I used to want to have like the Deadpool and Wolverine healing powers, but I don't want to live forever, so I don't want that.
Forever's too long.
Wow, I can't believe I didn't say Thor. That would definitely be my playing personality for sure. Like if I were to pick a character for myself on a field, it would be Thor, because I played very angry and I was known for my glare, and I threw a ball. Ball could have been a hammer, like easy.
Or I'd be Padme from Star Wars. I'd get Anakin not to turn to the dark side, and they'd live happily ever after. No other reason. Someone said, could we get more blooper reels? Working on it. Kind of back to softball. Are there any superstitions or pregame things that you absolutely have to do?
Well, I haven't played in 13 years now, so I don't have any more. But the one thing I had to have my pregame routine at home. So like the shower, the hair, the makeup, all of that. I
used to be superstitious. And I've talked about this before, but I'm like, one day I just woke up and I'm like, what sock I put on first is not going to determine how good I do. And I need to stop blaming my performance on that.
I used to have superstitions too. Like for, I think it was all of college, I could not eat a PB&J before a game because like I clearly was not going to pitch well if I did that.
Okay, someone said, this is kind of a loaded question. Are there any mechanics that you disagree on?
Oh my God, so many. That's going to be its own video, at least for me.
I mean, you've been putting out things too, like in your videos about the crazy drills that you see. And we'll get to that in another video.
Here's what I'm going to say about that. If it doesn't look like a natural movement or like an athletic movement, and it's not something that you see any other high-level player doing, don't do it. You can see the difference. Like, so in the video that I released today, one of the drills is like, oh, work on your push-off. And it's got your hands behind your back and you like jump out in this ridiculous, like, we can't jump without our arms. We're not built to jump without our arms. Common sense.
Okay, now we're going to get into some fun questions. I've brought up a couple. Would you rather have to pitch without a thumb or without toes?
Without a thumb, because you need your toes for literally everything. Like your entire connective fascial tissue chain starts in your feet and your toes.
Can you hold a ball without a thumb?
You can figure it out.
Would you rather have to pitch without makeup or without a slick back? I knew this one would stump you.
I would say it's the hair. Or I would rather pitch without the hair. Like I don't like that was not part of me as a player. But
you said it drives you crazy. Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to say hair because if I'm not in the right mental space, I'm not going to pitch well. So,
would you rather have to pitch with the opposite throwing arm or have to pitch with your shoes on the wrong foot? You ever put a shoe on the wrong foot? You know how uncomfortable that is.
Okay, so I have a funny story about this. It doesn't have to be Cal football. One of the players came out to practice, complained the entire practice, right? So it's like a 3-hour practice or whatever. Complained the entire time that his feet were killing him. And at the end of practice, after all of this, realized his shoes were on the wrong feet. Anyway, I think I would like to pitch with my non-dominant hand. I'm excited to see one day the first ambidextrous softball pitcher. So I think that would be my reasoning. That's kind of my reasoning behind wanting to throw with my non-dominant hand.
I'd probably do the same thing because I wouldn't be able to handle the shoe being on the wrong foot. That would drive me crazy. Would you rather have to say what pitch you're going to throw every time, like before the pitch, or have to do a dance move after every pitch?
Oh, I'll tell you what I'm throwing. You're not going to hit it.
Love that. Good mentality.
That was always my mindset. I'm like, oh, you like rise balls? You're not going to hit mine. Sorry.
I'd probably do the same thing because even like in college when my changeup would get picked, like before I added a couple different ones into the mix, I'm like, okay, you can say it or you can know it's coming, but it also helps me because I'm like, okay, now you know it's coming, so it's going to be good.
Yeah, you have to have a little bit of that cockiness to be good.
What bothers you more, untucked jerseys or non-matching cleats?
Untucked jerseys.
I agree. Some girls had to have different shoes because of like foot problems, and it's still like noticeable. Even this last year, apparently the cleats were horrible or something, and the OU girls wore whatever cleats they wanted to, like in games, and it drove me nuts. But I agree the untucked jerseys is far more annoying.
Yeah, but if you look at like pro baseball, their shoes, pro basketball, none of their shoes match. Yeah. And it's not a thing.
I think it's just because we were very like
that's more like the culture that you had there.
Yeah. What bothers you more? Pitching on like concrete, hard dirt or like super soft dirt that gives out?
Soft dirt. You got to dig a hole halfway to China and then it's still probably soft because there's no clay underneath and then you can't plant. You don't get a good front side. You slip. And for me personally, that always messed up my hips and back.
I agree. The super like giveaway dirt. Yeah, no. Like sand. You're pitching on a beach.
There was one field in my high school league that I swear to God did not have any clay in it. And we would literally go to the beach the day before we played them to practice in sand.
Wow.
And honestly, parts of the beach were harder than
What bothers you more, walking the leadoff or giving up a home run?
Walking the leadoff.
Agreed.
Because that's 4 pitches you missed and you were probably not being aggressive. A home run, like they could hit your best stuff. And it's like, well, hey, that was a great pitch. Good job. If you had a walk-up song for your daily life, what would it be?
Ooh, I have so many.
I had a feeling.
That's a good question. See, that's the problem because there's so many freaking genres that I listen to. Oh, this one. Not actually. What would yours be?
And it really just depends. And the only reason it's a tie is I don't know which one I would want to define me, but one is It's a Beautiful Life by Ace of Base because life is awesome. And the other one is Unbroken by Killswitch Engage because life is hard and it throws you curveballs all the freaking time. I think I'd probably go with Ace of Base. It's a Beautiful Life.
Probably maybe something by like Fleetwood Mac or something. I don't know which one though. It goes all over the place.
There's a lot by them.
I might actually have to not answer this one because now I'm going to be thinking about that the whole rest of the day. So many genres. Like, how do you choose the genre? I'll have to think about it and I'll get back to you.
Okay.
Who's going to bother me?
Okay. What's the weirdest coaching tip you've ever received?
It wasn't a coaching tip, but the weirdest thing that a coach said was that I was too tall to play shortstop. Not really a tip, but that I don't think I'll ever forget that because, too tall to play shortstop because I'm further from the ground.
Yeah, that one is hilarious. But maybe just a coaching tip that you've heard.
Oh God. Well, that opens the door. Like the no days off, grind never stops. Like when that's pushed on by coaches, drives me nuts.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a bad one.
Because you need a break at some point.
Would you rather pitch in a hurricane or a snowstorm?
Hurricane, because I don't like the cold. I don't like pitching in the cold. I like the cold. I like the snow and all of that when I'm not playing softball. Like a bad snowstorm.
Moderate snow. Not like blizzard.
Actually, maybe the snowstorm. Because a hurricane, I mean, that's pretty bad. Really windy. Lots of rain. Wet ball. I can't handle a wet ball. Snow, at least, it's not like getting drenched. But I hate the cold. Coach would always be like, would we play in this? Yep. So we're going to be outside. And we're like,
what's your hot take that's going to start a fight in the comments? Hot take on pitching.
Good question. Something's going to start an argument. Hold on. I need to enter my, you know what pisses me off?
You know what grinds my gears?
You know what just really grinds my gears? I've become a much happier person in the Netherlands. Not much pisses me off. Yeah. What's yours?
You can either be nice or you can be good on the field. You can't be both.
You think? Wait, what do you mean?
Not your teammates. Like you can either like focus on being nice and like being nice to everybody, like not wanting to hit the other player. Like I'm not saying hurt them, but like, like, oh, I don't want to hit them because I don't want to hurt them, like that sort of thing, or like not wanting to make them look bad or anything like that. Like you can either be nice or you can be good. You can't be both.
I complain to you all the time. What do I complain about?
Shoot, what do you complain about?
Right? I mean,
we should make a compilation of things you've complained about.
That's what I'm saying. There's so many. As a parent, treating your daughters, good or bad based on their performance is very toxic. And, like the infamous car ride home situation, it's not, sure, it's character building, but you can build the character in another way other than that, because now your kid thinks that they need to do good for you and not for their love of the game.
Yeah, and the only way that you love them and treat them well is if they do well on the field.
Yeah, which is so toxic and so bad. And I feel bad for people that had to grow up like that.
Ooh,
yeah.
Another one is that softball should come before everything else.
Yeah, good one.
Sorry, you should have a little bit of a social life. You should be able to play other sports. It doesn't need to be softball 24/7. It's just something you do.
The parents that take it too seriously, it's like about them.
Oh,
not about, But another hot take, which isn't really a hot take, but again, with like the breaks, you need to have time off. And it's not, I know like parents of pitchers who their pitcher takes time off and then they're freaking out when they're like not throwing their first day back. Like, yeah, that's going to happen. Yeah. That break was better for her than anything else. It's not always go, go, go.
Ooh, another hot take I just thought of.
See, now we're rolling.
Yeah. You don't need to have 8 different pitches by the time you're 11. Master your fastball and your changeup, and then slowly add in a third, master that, and then you add in a fourth. And that's all you need.
I can't stress that enough. What else?
Walks are worse than hit by pitch.
At least hit by pitch, you were like aggressive and most of the time, trying to go inside. Maybe not. Yep. But
especially if you're a rise ball pitcher, you're going to hit people.
Yeah.
Also, you only missed once instead of 4 times. Oh, shit, I need to go.
Oh,
to be continued. We'll do another hot takes.
To be continued. Christina has to go.
If you like this, we'd be happy to do it again. Submit other questions. We'll keep track and then we'll answer those next time.
We have some more softball specific questions, so we'll be doing that as well next time. I'm your co-host. See you next time. Bye.